think we've got Venison here. We should have Venison here. It says we have Venison here. Oh, and there we go. Skype was just taking its sweet ass time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're here,
Oh yeah, we're here. You're there.
and is Brian still here?
Why aren't you on Twitch?
Because you're here.
Oh.
Well, I was working on it, but it wasn't letting me change the title name because Twitch disables my ability to change a title name when I'm restreaming, and for some reason Dune put a rerun on at the same time I'm streaming.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool that Dune has this like ability to do reruns, which I've still been deprived of. But really, when I'm going to go stream, my own channel is now competing with me. Okay.
Yeah, you're hosting him.
Well, I just bumped that. I just bumped it and I retitled it, and we should be live there. We should be live on YouTube. We should have and we are working on bringing up the chat. We're gonna bring it up as soon as I figure out.
There you are.
Yeah, there's that lag kicking in. Here we go. It's all good. So I just need to figure out how to get YouTube to show me my video so I could see the chat, because YouTube does not put any tool you want to use right where you're looking for it. You basically have to travel away from things to find the thing you want, because YouTube doesn't show you what chats are coming in unless you go to your channel and view the video. So there we go. We are live. We are Brian, you're still there, right?
Brian!
Now it says Brian's still on the call, but we can't hear him.
What'd you do?
I think it may have dropped him when we joined you. So let's try to. And it won't let me re-add him because it thinks he's still here. No, it says he's on the call, but it doesn't show him in the. Oh, there we go. He dropped out now, and it's showing him as left. So maybe now to let me re-add him. All right, there we go. Let's try that. Oh, he's trying to call us back.
While you're trying to re-add. Oh yeah, that'll do good for it.
So we're calling him while re-adding him, and Skype is just going, I don't fucking know what you're trying to do. We're trying to get Brian in the call is what we're trying to do, Skype. Now it wants me to put you on hold to answer him, even though I have a join button. All right, it says...
And I'm on.
You're
Do
on.
you hear me?
I hear you. Do we still hear Venison?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Better.
Now, see that whole incident. I was hearing you guys. It's like, wait a second. Why can't you hear me? It decided that I was going to be muted, although I wasn't flagged as muted.
Okay. This moment of audio fun was brought to you by Microsoft. Microsoft.
Yes.
We make Windows. We don't make sound.
Yeah, you're supposed to be an IT person.
Let me tell you something. Microsoft has been the biggest contributor to my career. If it weren't for Microsoft, yes, I wouldn't have a job. Microsoft's inability to make a piece of software that completely works without any problems is what gives me work and job security.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, as someone that has tried to use Linux many times over many years, I can tell you, Microsoft Windows is as good as it gets. I've also attempted to use Mac a few times.
But meanwhile, other Linux users appraise it.
Yeah, they
say
don't...
it's fantastic.
Well, because it's a cult following.
Yeah, it is.
Let me.
You've done the secret handshake. You've worked your butt off to get to that point.
Linux people.
I would think that a Linux person should be paid a lot more because he nearly has to be an expert.
Here's the thing. Linux people are very smart because they know how to manually do every little thing that Microsoft automatically does for you. But at the same time, Linux people are the biggest idiots. Because why are you wasting all your time manually configuring every little thing when Microsoft Windows will take care of all of that for you? I don't want to spend an hour configuring the sound to come out the HDMI port so I can watch a DVD on my laptop. I'd rather just, boot up Windows, plug in a cable, and it's there. It's there. It just works. I just got home from work. I just spent 8 fucking hours dealing with computers and another hour dealing with Massachusetts Mass Transit that set all their lights on disco mode. I don't need to spend another hour figuring out how to fight with my own fucking computer. Thank you very much, Linux idiots.
So do you have some disco dance moves that go with the lights?
Did you see that tweet? Did you see that? I tweeted the lights on my train.
You did.
Yeah. What did you think of that? Was that great or what?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and how you perform with gadgets and, being a lousy teacher. By the way, how's Fred?
I blew out that VM, so Fred's dead.
You killed Fred.
Yeah, well, we could build a new Fred, but
it was just a child.
But that was the Windows 95 machine that we ruined with the Internet Explorer 4.01 upgrade. So that was. So I didn't want to keep that.
Brian, did you hear about Fred?
Fred? No.
Well, when we were playing with the Windows 95 machine, Venison found an executable that doesn't work on modern Windows and that he had from Windows 95 stuff. So I gave it to me.
I don't know if it does or not.
I tried to run it. It didn't. Nah, it might work in 98. It might work in 2000. Heck, it might even work in XP. But it don't work in 10.
Hell no.
So I threw it on the 95 virtual machine and I ran it, and it's a complete blank slate. Supposedly
it's a baby AI program.
It remembers things that you tell it. So if you tell it that so and so's phone number is this, and then you ask it what so and so's phone number is, it'll tell you because it remembers that thing that you taught it. So I taught it that
you had to teach it everything.
And so I taught it that he's a shithead.
Dumbass.
And dumbass. That's right, dumbass. And then when I asked him what he is, he'd tell me he's a dumbass.
Now, occasionally, there were some things, like Peter's. What the hell?
Oh, that was I'm bringing up the video of the disco lights.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it on your Twitter feed. That's great.
Yeah, we gotta show the people on the YouTubes and the Twitch that thing. So I'm seeing if I can get a link to bring it up in of course the link that it says it copied to the clipboard actually didn't copy to my clipboard because of course it didn't. Because why would it? But
anyway, like I said, this thing was kind of funny though because Gators is trying to make it say things that it hasn't learned yet, and you could hear it in his voice. It was starting to get a little snotty.
No, it was I have to.
It was getting irritated at you.
Well, I have to say, it was being a shithead. It was being a dumbass because it would start getting stupid. I'm like, what do you even do with this thing? There's no starting point to explain what you're supposed to do with this thing. There's no instructions. There's no anything. You start talking to it, and it just like mirrors back everything that you said.
Yeah,
back to you.
Doesn't know.
And it was like,
doesn't know.
Well, you know what? I don't know either. So
that's because you're a lousy parent. You got to teach your kid sentences. You got to teach your kid words.
I learned it from you, Venison. I learned it from watching you.
No, you didn't.
Okay, this thing keeps on trying to turn sound back on. All right, I think I figured out a way that we can we can show. We're gonna go ahead and try to capture my screen, let's see, window capture. There we go. Window capture. Browser. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab the where is it? Firefox. There we go. And it is going to show us a blank white screen because of course it is. It wouldn't be OBS if it actually captured the screen that we're trying to capture without making us jump through fucking hoops every fucking time that we want to just fucking capture a fucking screen. All right, maybe if we do game capture, let's try game capture. And let's specific window. Nope, that doesn't count as a game capture. So that's not the magic mode to make it actually fucking work. I'd really love to show you this disco light thing, but OBS won't fucking just capture a damn thing that's just right on my screen, right there. It's right there on my screen. It's right there, but OBS is like, blank window. Blank window. I don't know. It's a blank window. Yeah, just, it's right there.
It's a dumbass.
It's a dumbass. Where's Lulu? Is Lulu around today? We need someone else to be angrier than I am to make me look good. That's where Lulu comes in.
Yeah, so the rest of us will laugh at you.
But it's being stupid. It should just capture what's displaying on the screen. I don't understand why a Firefox capture comes out with a blank white window. And I don't understand what software developer thinks that that's an acceptable output to their software. Who in their right mind would program something like this, see this result, and say, yeah, that's done, ship it? Who would do that?
Wait, Firefox capture?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a window capture on my Firefox window using OBS, and it captures a blank white square instead of showing the content that's actually in the window, which means some dumbass programmed this function, which is supposed to capture the content in the window to show it, saw that it captures a blank white square when you try to capture a Firefox window and said, yeah, that's good, it's done, and shipped it like that. See, this is why I'd like to round up about, 75% of the programmers out there in the world and just, start hitting them on the head with a hammer to see if that, knocks some sense into them. Because
Well, see, what it probably is really is that companies have been getting rid of their QA departments that would actually test it. Because programmers in general are lousy testers. Whereas the QA department, quality, will take the thing, test it, and make sure it actually works the way it's intended to be working.
So you're telling me that programmers are incapable of checking their own work?
Yeah, typically.
It requires hiring a whole second person just to look over each other person's shoulder and go, oh, sure. Yeah, you dotted the I,
sure,
you crossed the T, and you...
Right.
Of course, because the programmer says...
And don't forget the lowercase j's.
If I programmed it, it's going to work. Ship it.
Right. And the other part is it was hard to program, so therefore it should be hard to use.
All right.
Probably.
All right. So you have to disable hardware acceleration in your browser. You know what? I am so fucking sick and tired of video capturing devices being like, well, we can't handle hardware acceleration. I don't know what hardware acceleration is, but it's enabled there for a reason. And if you can't program your capture to be able to handle the settings in a browser without telling people that they have to turn their features off, then maybe you should find another line to work. You know, I hear they need people to start digging ditches over in other parts in this country. Maybe that would be more fitting for your mental capabilities, and then we can get some programmers that know how to fucking program something that just fucking works. I am so sick and tired of this shit. Okay, let's see. So we go into settings. Where is settings? I don't even have a settings option in my browser. So right off of here, whoever typed in these instructions don't even tell me. I have options, but I don't have settings. I have tools options, but I still don't have settings. So I don't know where to go to settings performance when there is no settings option in Firefox. So let's try options, and it says that we need to go under performance. Well, I don't have performance under options. So whoever typed in these instructions is a fucking dumbass. Because you're telling me in Firefox go to settings and performance. There's no settings. There's no performance. Thank you for wasting my fucking time, Taramis. All right. Firefox.
Bring up Firefox.
Turn off hardware acceleration. Okay. Click the menu button and choose Options Preferences. All right. Well, I have options, but I don't have preferences. Select the Advanced panel and the General tab. All right, well, I have General, but I don't have Advanced. Oh, can anyone just type in instructions that actually lines up to what is actually in the fucking window? I am so sick and tired of this, where instructions say click on this and that, and you don't have this and that.
Maybe the instructions are for the wrong version.
Well, this is right on support.mozilla.org's website. You'd think they could keep it up to date.
Ooh.
What,
that sucks.
You were going to say go to Mozilla's site?
Let's see.
All right, select the General panel. Under Performances, uncheck Use Recommended Settings. Okay, so this loads a different set of instructions than what they preview for on the Google search. Under Performance. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to broadcast right now, and just to share a little bit of thing, my viewers have to now spend like a half hour watching Gators figure out how to set the right setting just so I can show you a 5-second video because someone can't program a plugin to just capture the video that's on my screen. And speaking of angry, we got Lulu on the line. Hello, Lulu.
Hello.
Hi, Lulu.
You know, I'm not always angry.
I know you're not. Sometimes
I'm just a troll.
Sometimes you're... No, Lulu, I am glad you are here because I actually have a piece of video that is going to work. And I've been waiting for you to show up here because I've said for a long time the internet was created for two things.
Trolling and porn.
No. 4 things. I was going to say 3, but you reminded me trolling. So we'll put trolling as an honorary 4th, but right now we're going to focus on the 3 things because I said it was created for 2 things.
Trolling, porn, and more porn.
No, porn and cat pictures.
Well, yeah, cat
is pretty much...
Okay, trolling, porn, cat pictures, and Russian brides.
Well, no, Neo, you showed me there's a 3rd option called Other that the internet was created for.
You mentioned Other.
Other.
Yay.
So there's a porn, there's a cat pictures, and there's Other. And Neo, you nailed the Other category with your little Facebook post at some point. I don't know when it was because Facebook shows me things that happened yesterday and shows me things that happened 5 years ago in no particular order anytime I happen to open up the window. But there's a great video I'll bring up right now of a teacher demonstrating something that's very important for kids to learn. the thing. OBS has this great feature. If the video has sound, we will stream the sound and we won't play it in your headphones.
Wait a minute. He's saying Argus loud, and then he says, dude, I cannot hear a thing you're saying.
Okay, yeah.
OBS is grabbing the window
Yes,
sound.
yes. We are there, and I just muted it. OBS has this great. You know what? OBS is so fucking broken. I can't help this company. I cannot help them if they're not going to hire a programmer that has a fucking clue. Because not only can it not handle capturing a simple fucking browser window, but it can't handle letting me hear what it's sending. It took this video and sends out the audio without even notifying me or giving me any preview of it. I'm here.
Well, instead of arguing with it, fix it. Because I just checked the sound.
Gators.
Yeah, if OBS sends me the source code, I'll bang that out this weekend. You know,
Gators.
Lulu,
Come to Californian. Eat some turkey and avocado sandwich and shut up.
Yes, Jim, we know he's a dumbass.
No. The dumbass is whoever decided we should make a program that streams audio without putting that in the monitor mix. This is not how broadcasters work. This is not at all. Once again, you don't tailor the software for the professional that knows how to do their job properly. You end up with broken, half-ass shit like this. It's the problem with Elgato's software. Elgato software makes no logical sense at all, whatever, to anyone that has a fucking clue what they're doing. All right.
He goes, you are a trip. I told you months ago how to fix the window, but Dune's a dumbass, you know.
Okay. I spent 15 minutes in Firefox here searching around for settings. Which checkbox do I need to check if you're so intelligent and know exactly where it is?
He's having a meltdown over OBS because he doesn't know how to use it.
I know how to use software that doesn't require setting your browser settings to a very specific setting. Mind you, they have me disabling a feature that is enabled for a reason. I mean, they don't put hardware acceleration in there for their health. There's a reason they put that in there and enable it. Why should I have to turn it off? I don't understand why they don't just, program OBS. Oh, now that's going to turn that sound on because everything wants to fucking automatically turn sound on. Meanwhile, Skype King's hanging up on everyone.
I'm back.
You're back. Yes, you are indeed back. So now that
apparently it's just hanging up on him.
Okay, so do we have anything more to say about this education on how to wipe your ass, being that we've looped this now for like the past 20 minutes?
I wonder if she's still doing shit stains.
See, they're
skid marks.
The skid mark. Well, I don't know. Balloons don't leave skid marks. So I mean, now another thing. Like I said, I did a search trying to find the origins of this video. I could not find the origins of this. I found lots of places this video has been posted with people discussing it. Like, oh my god, which led into debates about the fold and the double fold. There are some people that are like, dude, don't fold. And there's some people that are like, well, I fold it once, but I never go for the second fold. So that was an interesting conversation.
Paper waster.
Dude, there's some people that just crinkle it up and wipe their ass with it, which is totally not even human.
Uh-huh. I use a bidet myself, but you go ahead with your little paper over there. I just use that to dry off a bit and for verification purposes. But you have fun with yeah, because if someone gets shit,
Yeah.
let me ask
the
you something.
biggest-
If someone gets shit on your wall by some chance, are you gonna clean it completely dry with a piece of paper, or is there gonna be some liquid involved in that cleansing process? I rest my case.
Yeah, okay.
If they get shit on my wall, I'm taking their face and rubbing it in it.
Yeah, but at some point you're gonna need to clean the wall, and that's and you're not just gonna take a few squares of toilet paper and do a little bit of wiping and dabbing and folding. You're gonna use some liquid, and you're probably gonna use some bleach as well. But I'm
They're gonna take their tongue and lick it off.
yeah, but even so, that involves liquid in the form of
I don't
saliva.
care if it uses liquid. If someone comes over to my house and decides to like take their hand and wipe their ass with their hand and decide to smear it on my wall, I will take that person, take their head, and plant their face directly into their shit on the wall.
What if
The tongue has liquid.
Oh, okay. What if, do you have like a niece or a nephew or a cousin that's like of the potty training age where there's still oopsies? You know, and they might.
Oopsies does not require shit on the wall.
Well, let's say they have explosive diarrhea. They're taking down the drawers on the way to the can, and whoops, it just splattered all over the hallway before I could make it through the threshold into the bathroom. You know let's honest accident.
I've dealt with cat shit, dog shit, bird shit, guinea pig shit, rat shit, goat shit that's been vomited by a dog. I've dealt with my dad's shit in a fucking diaper that's been smeared all over a goddamn bed.
And that involved liquid in the cleanup. You didn't.
The shit was liquid.
Yeah, but you didn't just clean it up with a few squares of toilet paper. Is what I'm getting at here.
No.
See, this is my argument in favor of a bidet.
And I didn't clean it up with a fucking bidet.
If you ain't gonna clean up shit off of any other surface with just some dry paper, why is that acceptable for your own ass?
My pants are clean. Why? My hide is clean.
You know what the Romans used to do?
Use a rag on a stick?
Yeah. And then they plunged it into water
Yeah.
and let the next person use it.
See, they were using liquid. There was water involved in the process. They weren't quite all the way there yet, but there you go. A bidet. I'm telling you, they're not expensive. They're easy to install, and they don't play music every time you turn them on for everyone to hear except you. So these are.
Some people aren't like quote unquote luxurious enough to like own a bidet. Some people have to like go shit in a hole.
Okay. If we're talking about other countries, I'd be in favor of sending some bidets over to those countries. Someone else.
Oh yes, send us a bidet here.
Yeah.
Mr. Rich.
Well, Christmas is coming up. You know.
Fucker, you don't deserve a bidet.
So
Go shit in your fucking coffee can.
So I've turned off hardware acceleration, and I'm still
Those
getting.
days are over.
So I've turned off hardware acceleration, and I'm still getting a blank white screen. So
That's because it's you.
yeah.
Aren't
Nothing
I
to
so
say?
nice?
Oh my God. If it's not one thing, it's three.
What?
And anyways, I think we could turn off the wiping video. So there we go.
Yes, very much so.
There we go. So that's all the material I have this
also know
week.
what? She's using one piece of toilet paper. One piece.
Well, that's for demonstration purposes, I'm sure.
One square.
One square.
No, I don't know. That looked like a pretty big square. No, that's 2 squares at least.
No, that's one square of toilet paper.
It's a big square.
No, that's bigger than a square. I think that's 2 squares.
Nope.
I think she's got 2. Either that or their squares are bigger than the perforations on what I have. That is at least 2 squares.
That is one square of toilet paper. That's in another country, dude.
Okay, but that's the equivalent of 2 squares of ours. Here, I think we need to zoom in on this to take a look at this the size of this square here. No, because that right there is, I mean, that's. Dude, when you crop the balloons out, it looks like she's really wiping her ass. This is so wrong. It's like, oh my
And
god.
I think we have beat the topic to death.
Thank you, Brian.
Pretty sure. Pretty sure.
Is there
Dude, I
anything?
think
it
this is
to
actually
death.
like in Japan or something.
Is there anything else we could do with the ass wiping topic?
No, we can't.
Maybe.
I mean, come on, man. You do it right. You sit there, you fold it up, you wipe again, fold it up, wipe again. Then you open it up until you get to the clean side on the other side.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Dude,
whoa.
tearing you
Whoa,
apart?
whoa, 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 whoa.
Are you dissecting your own fucking like petri dish of like fucking shit stained toilet paper?
Rule
Well, you
number
wanna
one
get
of
clean
ass
paper?
wiping: no opening once closed.
Like, oh, I can use this again.
Once you have made a
Let me
fold,
recycle.
what is in there must stay in there. It must never be exposed to daylight again.
You know what some people do? They have specific little cotton squares. They actually cut out like cloth squares that they then recycle by washing again and then reusing.
Okay, I have one last thing for this topic, and then we can see if Brian's got something better to talk about, since we need him to keep us on track this week, since I am just off the rails. But when I went searching to try to find the origins of this video, I did not find the origins, but I did find someone that made a point to say that this is useful information for when sending your kids off to school. Because you will want your kids to know how to wipe their ass when going to school, so that the teacher won't, the teacher ain't going to do it for them. But another exercise, in addition to the balloons, would be to get like a little bit of like Nutella or something like that and put it on a plate and give the kid some toilet paper so they can practice the act of wiping a material and cleaning off the plate with the paper without getting any on their fingers. So I thought that was ingenious right there.
No, it's better with chunky peanut butter.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess if you eat a lot of
Turn it
corn,
into-
that.
So, how did that show on Windows 95 turn out, by the way?
Now I don't feel like
You
my
can also
chocolate
put some
buffet.
steamed spinach in it too. Make it a bit runny.
So, was that successful, Johnny?
You have failed miserably.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
well, we upgraded 95 up to the latest version of Internet Explorer that would let us to, which was a version of 5, like 5.0, 5.5 Service Pack 2 is as far as you can get Internet Explorer in Windows 95. And we found that you still can't do much on the internet except for search on Google. But good luck bringing up any of the Google search results. So, yeah.
Is there any other browser that will work on Windows 95?
I did search that, and people start referencing things I was not familiar with. Now, I do know that people that use 98 will use the latest version of Opera that's compatible with 98 and have some luck there. But I think that's pushing it. I really don't think you could do any real serious interneting on 95, and I think you're limited to what you can do on 98. That's just my gut feeling based on what I've read. I don't have solid, concrete answers on that.
Yeah.
I think 95. Now, obviously, there are people that are focusing on 95, being that I found these patches that allow 95 to work on faster processors than it normally can handle. But I really think most of the focus and development is on 98, because pretty much anything you could do in 95, you could do in 98. I've yet to have anyone come up with something that
Better.
95 could do that 98 can't. So, I mean, if you want to build a machine that does things that modern machines can't handle, a 98 machine is quite handy for that. I don't think a 95 machine is. I think 95 is just, fun to dick around with. But I could be wrong. I mean, for me, it was a trip down memory lane, but I still love the way that 95 out of the box retail version just gives you windows that are plain windows, and then when you upgrade to Internet Explorer 4, it turns every window into an Internet Explorer window. That right there was, and at some point Microsoft backed away from that because 98 ran the same way too, that every window was an Internet Explorer window. You open up Windows Explorer, it was an Internet Explorer window. You open up the control panel, opens up an Internet Explorer window. But at some point, things separated out to Windows Explorer and Internet Explorer being separate again. And I don't know at what point that happened. But it's interesting to see that evolution.
Hey, why don't you fix up a Windows ME computer next and see how that works?
Well, because I don't feel like slashing my wrists.
And hearing profanity at a sailor plus Jack.
No, you should, because I think that would be entertaining. That one would actually be entertaining.
We could,
For us.
we could do that right here, right now, if you want. I mean, I got, you know what? Let's see what we can do here, because I think OBS actually can capture virtual machine windows, unlike browser windows.
No, let's not do it right now. Dedicate a whole show to it. Build a
That's
whole
right.
computer to it.
After all, we'd be
How much
if we started
fails.
now, we'd be robbing our viewership of like 45 minutes worth of gems.
Oh, okay. And OBS is
Computer
reconnected.
also-
Apparently, opening up the Blu-ray drive on my computer makes my connection disconnect and reconnect. So there's that. That's fun.
Sweet.
Computer is awesome.
That might be a quinky dink though. Well, I used to.
Your setup is messed up.
No, I didn't program this shit. I just installed it as the instructions say to.
No, your computer is just awesome.
It mostly works.
Okay. How many pieces of software are you running on your
Sometime.
machine? How many pieces of software are you running on your machine right now?
Who are you addressing that question?
All of you.
Oh well,
Um,
Venison, you first.
I'm only running 3 right now.
I'm streaming to 2 video. I'm streaming with OBS video and audio. I'm streaming audio with a Winamp plugin. I got Skype with a multi-party card. I got a browser with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tabs up. 2 of which are for video streaming services with chat rooms running. My computer's running pretty good considering that. Oh, and the NHP Messenger program is up, which is a piece of shit that crashes every other time I run it. So it's a miracle that it does that. So yeah. Maybe Skype's audio disconnects periodically.
yeah, I'm barely limping around with like crutches and probably a complete quadriplegic, computer here from 2016 with 2 to 4 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigs of memory.
Well,
so don't go there.
Yeah, that's adequate for what we need to do. But I guess the point I was trying to make is I'm running a little more on my end, and so.
Oh yeah, now there are times that I've run up like 3 times as much stuff.
Okay, I don't know why the connection dropped there. It could have been a hiccup on the network. I found it interesting that it happened at the same time that I changed disks in my drive. I don't know if that was connected or not, and I'm not going to test.
Maybe
that.
they're sharing. Maybe the drive and and the other stuff for sharing an interrupt, and the drive opening grabbed the interrupt and tossed you on your butt.
At what point did Windows decide to completely take over interrupts, allow you no way to know how they're configured, no way to configure them,
Yeah.
but yet they don't ever configure them right?
Interrupt.
Well,
I
you
remember
see,
those.
You see,
I blame
that's
the
that's the advantage of Linux.
Okay, Brian. I hate you right now. I hate you so much.
I was expecting to curse him out.
Sometimes I hate you guys. You know what? I have a song for you guys, actually. Just to right here. This is a perfect transition right now, because right now, here is what was that?
Oh,
You guys, listen to this song I just wrote. It's called I Hate You
Dryer
Guys.
done.
I hate you guys. You guys are assholes. Especially Kenny. I hate him the most. Okay, now let's try one all together. I hate you guys. Come on, you guys know the words. Especially Kenny.
There we go. See, was that perfect or what?
Perfect.
I was expecting to play El Zappa's "Fuck You" song.
Perfect towards the guy named Kenny.
Exactly.
Especially Kenny.
Say, Lulu, you're gonna play the role of Kenny?
No, you can.
Okay, I'll be Kenny.
So every now and then I would take backups of things, and this is a CDR that I took in probably 2001 of my comedy MP3s, and
No.
I don't even have these on my regular hard drive anymore. And this is stuff that I had downloaded over my time at college. So what was funny when Gators was in college is I think the
No.
top no, you don't want to find out what was funny in college.
It's gonna be cringeworthy.
It's gonna be I don't know. Well, some of it's cringeworthy because keep in mind relevant news in the time I was in college was what Clinton was up to in the White House. And so you know, for example, I was surprised at Bill Clinton's answer to the question how candid he was with the
Mr. President, have you ever considered wife swapping?
I have some interest in it, but I'm sure you can appreciate for us it would be a deeply personal decision. I don't know exactly how it got out. Hillary had mentioned it several times over the last few years that we talked about it, but we haven't made a final decision. It is something I would certainly consider.
So there you go. Bill Clinton on wife swapping. That was no laughs on that one.
No. It's just kind of dumb. I was expecting you to bring up your little sound project from college.
Oh no, we don't. I don't think we need to visit that. We don't. Maybe you didn't want me to bring up my sound project. You liked Gothard's sound projects better than mine.
Yes.
Hey, but I had stereo pan door slams in mine. So no, but you all remember that everyone's.
I thought that was funny.
You thought the door slams was funny?
No, the Gothard one.
No, the Gothard. Yeah, well, they were all funny, but
I still play it now and then.
okay, here's something that's not made by either of us. I thought this. Here we go. Speaking of toilets.
Well, I'll be back, kids. Stupendous. Oh, boy, do I gotta go. Open the door here. Oh, pull down my pants. Oh.
Yeah, even big purple dinosaurs got to go sometimes. So we all cringing yet?
I'm in here.
Yeah.
I'm in here. Busy right now.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Oh, come on. You don't all like a good fart joke?
Barney. Come out, Barney. Will you just wait a minute?
Here he goes. A little bit of splashback on that one.
Oh, that was stupendous. Oops, here comes another one. Wait, my little dinosaur butt there. Coming! Here it comes, kids!
So there you go. That's what happens when Barty's got to go.
Yeah, remember when I didn't know how sensitive my mic was?
Yes, we all remember. Now, you know what? I don't know. You might be surprised, but way back when I was in college, what was going to happen on the next episode of Leave It to Beaver was actually a relevant topic, as can be heard here.
Tonight on Leave It to Beaver, the X-rated episodes, Beaver buys a vibrator.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, it sure is neat the way it works.
Yeah, I'll bet you feel pretty good, huh, Beav?
Gee, I'm going to use that on Mom next time she tells me to take a bath.
So there you go. Tune in for that.
Okay, that was good.
That was good. That was good. Okay.
That was good.
Like the one when Dennis Menace came into a moose head.
I don't have that one, but I do have a. Do you know that there was?
Can I smell it?
There was a period of time that Microsoft was toying around with adding a beer tap attachment to your computer, which would have been really cool if that worked out. But here, check it.
Today there's a beer for everyone.
Hey, me and the guys are going out for beer. You want to come along? Nah, I got a lot of data to enter into the computer tonight.
Now there's a brew for the future.
Want me to bring you something back? Thanks, but I got some right here.
Microsoft Brew.
You got a beer tap on your computer?
With a head so thick you can float a mouse on it.
Let me get this straight. You make your own beer with the computer? With the right software, you can do anything.
Microsoft Brew.
Here, I call this one Windows 95. I don't know, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
And if you gotta get there quicker, try the new ISDN malt liquor.
ISDN malt liquor. No?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, you know, you know there are 50 ways to leave your lover. But that's not the only thing there's 50 ways to do. Because you remember that the big hit, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover? Well, here was a better version of that song, in my opinion.
The problem is all inside our bed, she said to me. But the answer is easy if you practice orally. You must enhance your foreplay cunnilingually. There must be 50 ways to eat your lover. 50 ways to eat your lover. Lie flat on a back, Jack. Go down on a clam, Sam. Use a vibrating toy, Roy. Just listen to me. Lick the alphabet, Chet. Don't get your mouth suit wet. More capital T, Lee, to satisfy me.
There you go. 50 ways to eat your lover.
Use a rampaging rabbit.
Ew.
All right, here's another favorite one. I don't know how widespread this one was or wasn't. All I know is I downloaded it and I laughed my ass off the first time I heard it, and I kept it with me all these years. Here's a very special episode of Sesame Street that I think was preparing us for the eventual legalities of certain substances, to let the kids know what happens when you partake in that substance.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Kermit the Frog here, and welcome to Sensimia Street. I'd like to tell you what today's letter is, but I am really f***ed up. Hey, Big Bird, do you know what today's letter is?
Sure, Kermit. Today's letter is... joint.
Big Bird, joint is not a letter. It is a word.
Sorry, kids. Today's letter is 3.
Big Bird, 3 is a number.
Exactly. The number 3, which is how many joints I've smoked today. Kermit, are you with me?
God, I'm stoned.
Me too. Guys, show go on. Come on.
Thank you, Elmo. How about we say our ABCs, Big Bird?
Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F,
R,
G,
Q,
K,
C,
R, C.
F.
I forgot what we were doing, Crammit.
Did you just call me Crammit?
Yes, I did.
Crammit the Frog here.
Crammit the Frog. There we go. That's a classic right there.
And that bubbly just made me do something. So I'm going to have to mute the mic while I go to the other room.
Well, while
unless you want me to leave it on.
Yeah, that's up to you, but
okay, when you put it that way.
Okay, so I guess we're back to cringing. Is that where we are?
No, that's just a classic.
That's a classic. Okay, well, I think this one's a classic too, because if you want to get that deluxe package, you want to go for that ultra version of something. There's nothing like custom measured things. If something's made custom to your size or to your liking, that makes it all that much better. And here's another great example of that at play.
Tampax knows that every woman is shaped differently. That's why Tampax tampons give every woman a personalized fit.
Yes?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I understand you bought a box of Tampax today.
Yes?
The kind that give you the personalized fit?
I hope so.
Well, I'm Clayton, and I'm your personalized Tampax fitter.
You are?
Every box of Tampax tampons comes with a visit from a certified Tampax fitter. So you're guaranteed a custom fit from each and every tampon.
So how does this work exactly?
Well, first you take off your clothes, then I take off my clothes.
What?
And then I measure you with my measuring tool.
Your measuring tool?
My flesh ruler.
Get out of my house.
Okay. Uh-oh.
What?
My flesh ruler's caught in your door.
Top.
Okay.
Tampax tampons, the only tampon with the exclusive personalized fit. Hey, if you don't want to take advantage of it, that's your problem.
So there you go.
No.
Was that an SNL ad?
I don't know where that came from. I just it was just labeled adult humor Tampax a perfect fit .mp3.
I like the one with the Cherokee hair.
That was South Park, and that was great, and that was another classic.
You guys heard about the velvet condom, right? I think I brought it up last time.
Velvet I've already forgotten about it. Is this? I mean, that's not. That would be porous, which would create some problems, I would think.
Yeah, but I don't know who brought it up, but I heard it way back in the day. It was a thing about a velvet condom. It was a commercial for a velvet condom.
Okay, am I going to have to Google this now?
Yes.
Velvet condom.
Venison, you should know about the velvet condom.
He's trying his on right now.
Venison.
Okay, apparently there's a band called Velvet Condom.
No, it's not a band.
I'm on their website right now.
All right, what's this now?
Alice Gift and Oberst Paniza met 2005 in Strasbourg, France. Having been fed up with the classic guitar bands, they shared a common interest in drum machines and the sound of the cold wave genre. To overcome their musical frustration and escape their small-town melancholy, they decided to form the band Velvet Condom. I kid you not.
It's not them.
That's not.
Why not?
That's not the Velvet
Venison.
Condom you're looking for.
No, Venison.
What?
Do you remember who made the commercial for a velvet condom?
No.
Are you serious? God.
Brian, you familiar with this at all?
Yes.
No, not at all.
Commercial. Someone in.
Is that kind of like a screen door for a submarine?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Like Def Jam or someone.
Everything I'm finding is about this band called Velvet Condom. That's the only thing that Google's bringing up.
Well, there was a radio ad in the circle of Wild Bunch and Def Jam Comedy and Pedge and everyone.
Yeah.
And it was called the Velvet Condom.
So I got I don't have that, but if that turns
I don't remember
up,
that at all.
if that does come up, let me know. But I do have Elmo having sex, so we can. I suppose I don't know if that's velvet, and I don't know that he's wearing a condom, but.
Let me give you a hand with that.
Oh, wow, that tickles.
Oh, yeah, right there.
That tickles.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That tickles.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That was cringeworthy right there. Here's one for vitamins, because you want to remember to take your vitamins.
In grocery stores now, the all-new Flintstones vitamins with Viagra.
Wilma, sweetheart.
Oh, Fred. Oh.
Because who doesn't need a bunch of horny little kids running around?
Oh.
Yabba dabba doo.
Fred, how did you do that?
Oh, that's a good one, Wilma.
Oh. There's something wrong with you, Fred.
The Bedrocks in Bedrock.
Wilma,
Oh, honestly, not again. No, you're not.
sweetheart.
Just imagine your kids getting jiggy with the pets.
Mom, Johnny's humping the dog.
Whoa, Mom! Spanky's tight!
Flintstones vitamins with Viagra in Howard Stern grocery stores everywhere. May be harmful if swallowed.
Well, all his attention is very nice, but I've got to fix lunch.
There you go.
Okay, that bit about Sparky's tight. Made me cringe.
They took that just a little further.
Oh, God.
They started pushing the line on that one there.
Man.
But we do try to be educational here, and so I do have a little...
No, we don't. We do not try to be educational. That is not our policy.
That is not our policy to be educational.
No.
Okay.
It's nothing educational. There is no educational with this factory.
Well, we're going to be a little educational here because we're going to take a brief moment for this week's language lesson.
CM3.com. And now it's time for language lesson of the day.
Repeat after me. Mi papá estaba en el baño, o está posible, algo está muerto ahí, which means my father must have been in the bathroom. Either that or something died in there.
Hasta la bamba.
I don't know where it came from or why, but I kept it.
It was a warning.
Wow.
Sometimes you need to warn people.
This is such a shame.
What?
There's nothing about Mark the DJ or Pedge or the Velvet Condom or anything about that. It's just gone away from history.
Well, you remember it. Wait, so this was a Mark the DJ,
remember it, but it's so obscure.
if Pedge would know, we could get Pedge on the line here. We'll never get rid of him, but we could get Pedge on the line.
Then get Pedge on the line. I want to know about the Velvet Condom.
Do you know how long it takes Pedge to go away once you get his attention? I liked a tweet of his a few months ago, and anyways, no, he's if he calls in, we'll have to ask him about it.
Get him on the phone.
Oh man, but we got all kinds of. You know what? This falls in the category of. I think this might be offensive. I don't know why I kept this, but and I don't even know why this was funny. But let's get ready to cringe.
May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
The Mexican national holiday.
Some stations are giving away trips to Cancun. Some are giving away trips to Mexico City. But we're bringing Mexico to you. That's right. We're giving away Mexicans.
Real live Mexicans.
Ay, caramba. We'll be smuggling illegal aliens across the border in the wheel well of the station van. Then we'll give one to you. Imagine your own personal Mexican. They'll wash your car, clean your house, pick your crop, anything you want. Because if they don't, you'll have them deported. Adios, amigo. Leave a tense color when you hear this sound and win a Mexican.
Members of this station and their families are not eligible to own Mexicans. Bathing and delousing of Mexicans is winner's responsibility. Station assumes no liability for infectious diseases carried by Mexicans.
Okay, that's enough of that.
No, that is fucking hilarious. I like that.
Just mildly offensive.
It's mildly offensive. We'll write our congressperson about that.
Right.
Moving.
Damn. I wish I could send some sound files to you.
No.
Now here we have
We don't want files from your sex chamber.
Here we have a commentary on a relevant.
Why not?
Here we have commentary on relevant pop acts of the time period of when I was in college. There you go. Kick ass.
That song was funny when Bernadette did it on Big Bang Theory.
What era was this?
Well, I went to college from 97 to 2001, so right around there.
Yeah, I felt the same way as Cartman.
Yeah. But we want to be inclusive of all musical genres. So here's another little quick one.
And now the sound of John Denver being strangled.
You came on my pillow.
Ew.
Thank you.
It was a quick one.
Which part of that was offensive?
You don't want to come on a pillow. Yeah, coming on a pillow. That's you got to make a mess. Someone's got to clean that up.
That deserves a jab slap.
Now we do want
Across
to.
the face.
Yes.
That's like a pimp.
That's.
It's like, how could you? Poof.
But we do want to encourage being safe in any of your sexual escapades, including with any medicinal use that might be happening. So it's very important that we play this disclaimer.
Thank you for calling the Viagra hotline. You should stop taking Viagra if your girlfriend's raw, if you got it stuck inside a bottle, if you got it stuck inside an animal, if you can no longer wear pants, you can no longer run, hike, or walk, if it keeps on hitting the brake pedal, if it hits the gas pedal, it punctures the driver's side airbag, if it punctures the passenger side airbag, if you got it caught inside an elevator door, if you got it caught in an elevator door in a really tall building, if it knocked over your living room furniture, if it knocked up your secretary, if the neighbors are afraid of it, if the neighbors call it chupacabra, if the neighbors are pregnant. If symptoms persist, carry a photo of Rosie O'Donnell with you at all times. If symptoms still persist, seek professional help.
So there you go. No? No.
Good public service announcement.
There you go. Okay, let's see. Here's a. I don't know if this is ever came out as being faked or what, but here's a 911 call.
The world's number one Mercury Direct music store.
Carmen.com.
This is the ambulance emergency line. Do you have an emergency?
I need an ambulance.
Who is this?
Joe.
Okay. Where do you need us?
I'm in the motherfucking phone booth.
Okay, what's the address there?
Hold on.
Okay, sir, did you call through 911?
No.
Okay, Joe, I need a location. What street are you on?
I'm in the motherfucking phone booth at the stop and go. Yeah, I'm at the... That's it. I'm at the motherfucking stop and go. Wait a minute. What's the motherfucking street? Huffsmith, Corville, and something. At the motherfucking stop and go.
Huffsmith, Corville, and what?
Hold on.
This gets better, as I recall.
Yo.
Uh-huh.
Hello. Let me see. Coffee? Coffee? There you go. I'm in the motherfucking phone booth. Let me tell you what. I'm going down the motherfucking road, driving my car, minding my own goddamn business, and a motherfucking deer jumped out and hit my car. Okay, sir, are you injured? Now, let me tell you. I get out and pick the motherfucking deer up. I thought he's dead. I put the motherfucking deer in my back seat, and I'm driving down the motherfucking road and minding my own business. The motherfucking woke up and bit me in the back of my goddamn neck. He bit me and it done kicked the shit out of my car. I'm in the motherfucking phone booth. The deer bit me in the neck. A big motherfucking dog came up and bit me in the leg. I hit him with the motherfucking tire iron and I stabbed him with my knife, so I got a hurt leg, and the motherfucking deer bit me in the neck. And the dog won't let me out of the motherfucking phone booth because he wants the deer. Now, who gets the deer, me or the dog? Okay, sir, are you injured? Yeah, a motherfucking deer bit me in the neck. Hold on. The motherfucking dog is biting me. Hold on. God damn it, get out of here. Hold on. The motherfucking dog is biting my ass. Hold on.
Okay, I don't think that's real. I think that might have been because he had me up until who gets the deer, me or the dog. At that point, it's like, okay, I can't take you seriously.
So my nephew, real or unreal, my nephew posts on Facebook that his dog came home with an armadillo. He's in Georgia, so that's possible.
Okay.
And so he doesn't know what to do with the armadillo, so he calls the animal control, and the animal control person says, dispatch it. So I'm not going to do that. So then he called the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's office says, kill it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm in the neighborhood. People don't want me to shoot anything here. And then and then he decided to boot the thing into the woods. And one of his friends says, "Oh no, don't put it in my woods." And other people are saying, "Barbecue it."
Well, why did you bring it home in the first place if you didn't want to take care of it? Oh, the dog brought it home. Wait, the dog brought it home from where? How?
The dog was out and came back with an armadillo.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, you boot it or kill it or something. Yeah, that's not hard. I thought like he brought it from out of its natural habitat to an unnatural habitat. If you're in the land where it's from, it's home.
Right, exactly.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah.
I sent you 2 links from, for Lulu. Something from my sex library.
For Lulu from your sex
oh,
library.
God, no! I don't want anything to do with that. Just knock it off.
Okay, well
that is disturbing and unusual punishment.
Okay, this can't be that bad. This can't be that bad. It's just called oil and rope, and I can only think of a few things you can do with oil and rope that involve sex libraries.
Stop sending stuff.
Tommy and I need some canola oil, rope, and a zucchini.
Try the kitchen, sweetie. Kids, they're always up to something.
Well, they might be making a salad.
That is not things for a salad.
Oil for the dressing, zucchini for the vegetable. There you go. It totally works.
Right. What's a rope for?
for tying it down to the table. You put you put your fork in the salad, and if you're on the edge, it tips the bowl over, and then your salad goes flying everywhere. This is ingenious. Just get the rope to tie it down to the table. They're onto something there. This one's just called Kids, so I hope this is okay.
Do you have barbecue tongs, a buttered up wicker bun pan, and a towel we can throw away when we're done?
Kitchen, dear.
Kids, tell me about it. You do your best, and then you hope.
Exactly. Who knows?
What the heck? Okay, let's see if I can clean this one up.
Do you have barbecue tongs, a buttered up wicker bun pan, and a towel we can throw away when we're done?
All right, barbecue tongs, a buttered up pan,
Buttered up wicker bun pan.
A wicker. Wait, wicker bunt pan?
No.
Buttered up wicker bunt pan.
Buttered up wicker bun pan and a.
Yeah, buttered up wicker bunt pan.
Yeah.
They don't make bunt pans out of wicker. I can't even think of anything sexual to do with these things.
You're not kinky enough.
No, I am. I mean, the tongs I get. You know, it can be useful to have something handy to pick up things that you don't want to touch. But the buttered up wicker bunt pan, I'm not coming up with anything for that. Sorry, Venison, but no, that one fails. Unless Brian has any ideas what you could do.
Brian's not here.
Brian, where'd Brian go? Oh,
He left.
you know, Skype used to automatically rejoin people to calls when they called back.
Here's Brian.
But now it doesn't, and now it makes me hit a button every time.
So Venison is trying to reconnect too?
No, you were trying to reconnect. Now
I was here all the time. Only you drop out.
Brian, could you
It's
think?
still ringing for me.
Can you think of something sexual to do with a buttered up wicker bunt pan?
I don't think they make buttered up wicker bunt pans.
That was my first point, and my second point is even if they did, I don't think I could think of anything sexual to do with one.
Hang on, it thinks I'm still trying to connect and it says VN on it.
Wow.
Okay, thank you, Venison. Oh, okay. Oh, and it's calling again.
It answered.
There we go.
I mean, that stupid thing was still ringing.
Well,
that was annoying.
Hopefully we're good now. Because now,
Hey, Venison, you there?
Yeah.
All right.
For those that remember the Bill Clinton era, which was an era of having, competency,
Good cigars.
There was still plenty to laugh at and plenty to make fun of. And here's another example of that.
Played a good saxophone.
And here's a great example with real samples.
My fellow Americans, tonight I think we should all say yes to intercourse together. Let's do that. Up, down, up, down. Our freedom and independence are actually enriched by our increasing intercourse together. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch. An America where everybody has a chance to get ahead. Tonight I come before you to announce that the President's tool is so incomprehensibly large. You can all be proud of that. All the American people should be invited to masturbate together. Let's do that. Lord, take me downtown. Together. I'm just looking for some touch. The President's tool has continued to rise 24 hours a day, harder than ever. I have a deep, deep love for intercourse in every opening. Ladies and women from 16 countries. I've met a lot of them all across this country, and I've taken advantage of it. These are good times. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I want a head job. Just looking for some touch. Open wide.
There you go.
Come on, the late 60s, all of the 70s, and the early 80s was great for that. This country was known for its great sex.
And we brought some of that back in the 90s, but...
Well, not really, because then AIDS made the headline, which stop everything.
Yeah, that was
You want to talk about brake sitting, screeching brakes?
Yeah, that'll screech the brakes. Let's see, this one's called Dolly Parton's Boobs. I'm not sure if I remember this one, so let's Okay, it's a country song. We've got
all
some
genres, right? All genres.
I'd like to see the coyote eat the road runner, and I'd like to see Knievel blown to bits. I'd like to see Rex Humbert lay his hands upon Monty B, but I'd love to see that Dolly Parton's tits. Yeah.
Can we say that on the radio?
Dolly Parton's tits.
That's great. I love that.
Wow.
I'm glad I kept that one. This one
So
got-
sometime along the line, you decided it was the keeper.
Yeah. Apparently, it made its way onto the CDR backup. Here's one that got truncated. It just says "Girlfriend's Got." I don't know what Girlfriend's Got, but I think we can find out by double-clicking on this. All right, so it's another parody song. See where this one's going. Once the lyrics get started here, we'll have to see what Girlfriend's got.
Driving all night in my Toyota Land Cruiser, I saw some tail for sale and figured I could use her. Pulled up to the corner, she was fine but kinda girthy. She climbed in and gave a grin and said, "Hey, you're Eddie Murphy." I thought she was a smoker or had a throat infection, but when she lifted up her skirt, she sported an erection. A hairy
What?
chest with big fake breasts, you really
What?
should have seen her. The bitch was fly, but she was a guy. The girlfriend had a wiener.
Okay, that's what Girlfriend's got. That's
That was a shocker.
yeah.
Surprise.
I was not expecting that.
Yes.
That goes back to what we're talking about back in the days of slow internet connections, loading pictures, and it kind of starts at the top, and it's like, hey, nice eyes, nice face, nice rack, nice dick. Oh crap! Close.
You know what? I had the same encounter with a guy.
Wait, what?
I was like, oh, nice face, nice abs, nice six packs, vagina.
Was this a internet picture or a real life encounter?
Picture.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I would expect them to mention that before they, but yeah,
No.
that you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, it's
It was like a complete turnaround. It's like I was kind of used to the whole female with a dick thing, flipping through pictures like that. But I was like, oh, that's a nice looking guy. And then all of a sudden, you find a picture of him without his pants on, and it's a fucking bitch.
and that's quite surprising. That's like what? Yeah.
You mean Butch?
No.
This is either a dude that had an operation or a chick that hasn't had an operation. But either way, this person's passing as a guy.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
So now we're squarely on the first purpose of the internet, is where we've gone here. Yeah, that's always. And Venison's got something else to share with us. Hopefully, it doesn't involve a wicker bunt pan that's been buttered up.
No, it doesn't. But
okay.
you ever have dreams, really wild dreams?
Oh, let me tell you about the dreams I've had. Well, let's hear about yours first.
Yeah.
I used to have a recurring dream. I dream I fell and hit my head on a fishbowl, hurt myself just bad enough to work graveyard shift at a convenience store. A group of Hare Krishnas always came in at 4 a.m. and bought 16 gallons of Mr. Slushy and a package of banana-flavored ding-dongs. Then the Swedish bikini team jumped out of a magazine and read Moby Dick to me inside a giant carton of cottage cheese. Why, I'd ask myself. What could it mean? Am I mad? Or is the world simply a mystery too complex to understand?
Ding-dongs are chocolate cake with a cream filling coated with chocolate. There's no such thing as a banana-flavored ding-dong. That's the biggest problem I have with that right there.
Maybe he thinks that there should be one, though.
But there's not.
And the other thing, and maybe this guy's name is Ishmael. That's why they read him Moby Dick.
That could be. That would explain that, but it still wouldn't explain the banana ding-dong.
If anyone now is naming their child Ishmael, they have a problem with dicks.
It should
actually his name was Corn-Fed. Corn-Fed.
Corn-fed?
Yep.
Corn-fed banana ding-dongs?
No, that was the name.
Corn-fed Ishmael?
No. Actually, I really don't know what the rest of his name was.
Okay.
I'm missing a point here.
The guy who was describing the dream, his name was Corn-Fed.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't referring.
His name wasn't Ishmael. I see. So you just
Got
gotta,
it.
you know. So sorry, Brian, but your joke fails because Venison knows the guy's real name.
Or real name.
Real name, yes.
Right.
Although it's
If you could fall have a real name.
although it's still fictitious, so it really doesn't matter. Anyways,
Could have been Ishmael, and that would have made sense.
now you know what? I struggled with grammar in school, but thankfully when I got to college, I had this handy guide to educate me about all I needed to know about grammar, and it did it all with one word. And I'll let this thing do the talking. If it opens up, which we may have found a bad sector on my CD-R. Oh, here.
Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck.
Yep.
Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word. Just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. Fuck, as most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word frichen, which means to strike. In English, fuck falls into many grammatical categories. As a transitive verb, for instance, John fucked Shirley. As an intransitive verb, Shirley fucks. Its meaning's not always sexual. It can be used as an adjective, such as, John's doing all the fucking work. As part of an adverb, Shirley talks too fucking much. As an adverb enhancing an adjective, Shirley is fucking beautiful. As a noun, I don't give a fuck. As part of a word, abso-fucking-lutely, or in-fucking-credible. And as almost every word in a sentence, fuck the fucking fuckers. As you must realize, there aren't too many words with the versatility of fuck, as in these examples describing situations such as fraud, I got fucked at the used car lot. Dismay, aw, fuck it. Trouble, I guess I'm really fucked now. Aggression, don't fuck with me, buddy. Difficulty, I don't understand this fucking question. Inquiry, who the fuck was that? Dissatisfaction, I don't like what the fuck is going on here. Incompetence, he's a fuck off. Dismissal, why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. With all of these multi-purpose applications, how can anyone be offended when you use the word? We say, use this unique, flexible word more often in your daily speech. It will identify the quality of your character immediately. Say it loudly and proudly. Fuck you.
So there you go. That's our language lesson for the day. Our English language lesson of the day.
Yeah.
Remember when?
And there's one for shit too.
Remember when files you get off the internet used to sound like that? Haven't we come a long way?
No.
I mean, that's a low quality sounding file there.
I remember that sound file.
Yeah.
I remember it quite well.
Yeah. You had
I
that
remember
one too.
a lot of these quite well.
Oh yeah, so do I.
You do realize you have the comical intelligence of a 13-year-old.
I was in college at the time, and it was new back then. So I was catching up to the 13-year-old. So sue me. But
do you have the George Carlin descriptive of the bad words?
As a matter of fact, right on this disc, I absolutely. Come on now.
Do
I
not.
love words. I thank you for hearing my words. I want to tell you something about words that I think is important. I love, as I say, they're my work, they're my play, they're my passion. Words are all we have, really. We have thoughts, but thoughts are fluid, you know.
Anyways, this goes on for 7 minutes, so I don't know at what point it actually goes into the words, but yes, I have that.
Right.
But I also have another language lesson I think Venison could tell us if this is okay or not okay. Hopefully.
And now today's Ebonics language lesson. Meeting girls. You're a lovely young lady.
Damn, you's a fine mother.
Damn, you's a fine mother. Let's go for a ride, shall we?
Hey, baby, jump in my low rider and let's rotate these tires.
Hey, baby, let's jump in my lowrider and let's rotate these tires. You are beautiful. I would like to make love to you.
Damn, bitch, you stupid fly. Let me pull up to that bumper and smack that monkey.
Damn, bitch, you're stupid fly. Let me pull up to your bumper and smack that monkey.
Clearly, that part of the disc has some problems. It's glitching out there, but I think that's a classic one right there.
There you go.
Venison, you approve?
Yeah.
Well, I have a funny story about that because I had that file in college and I thought that was funny, especially the "damn bitch, you stupid fly. Let me pull up to that bumper and smack that monkey." You're a lovely lady. I would like to make love to you. I thought that was a beautiful translation right there. And so one evening, we all had a class on recording stuff, and it was a late night session, a group session. We're in the studio. It was because we had an engineer that was teaching a class that he came in at the beginning of the semester and ran a session that we could all observe a professional, in their element, how to do it. And after class, old douchebag Snyder gave Andrew some money to go pay for pizza at the pizza place down the street for all of us for kind of a dinner, since he kept us at class past the dining hall hours. I think it was about the only nice thing El Senior douchebag ever did for us. And so we go down the pizza place, and we're getting a few slices of pizza, and for some reason Gothard and I got into some kind of an argument or something, and I think it ended with something like "fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you, no, fuck you." And so Matt Edgecombe and who's it, Mike Armstrong said, "Oh, come sit over with us. Yeah, screw him, whatever. Come sit with us. Hey, how's it going?" So I'm sitting with Edgecombe and Armstrong, and we're having a good old time. And at one point, one of them starts,
Were you touching their thighs?
No, it was not like that. Hashtag no homo.
Were you combing their hair?
Hashtag no homo.
There was homo.
We're just out having pizza, and
were you feeding them?
No. And so one of them starts, dropping some Ebonics terms or whatever, and they're like joking about Ebonics. I'm like, oh, you're talking Ebonics? You're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, you mean like, damn, bitch, you stupid fly. Let me pull up to that bumper and smack that. And they just lost it, bursting out laughing. And that was at that point, it was all over. The rest of the evening was just laughing at that because the way I just, the whitest guy in the room just pulled that out of nowhere. And although it was a pizzeria in Pennsylvania, so it was a pretty white room, but still, it was very funny.
Boy, was it ever.
Anyways, Lulu sent us a link, so it's only fair. Let's see what you sent us here. I'm almost scared. Okay. Nations of the world. This could be educational. This should be good.
Oh, it's educational.
Unfortunately, YouTube decided to auto mute. So let's restart that. Here we go.
And now, the nations of the world, brought to you by Count Dankula.
Chelsea will just cheap labour, alcoholism, in that place that has all the rice. Filthy cockroaches and thieving wee gypsies in the place that got fucking nuked twice. Hitmen on scooters and edgy school shooters, and the one where the president's a cuck. The one where it's sunny, the one with no money, and the one that is completely fucked. Muslims and Muslims and Muslims and Muslims, and also that one with the Jews. All of the Slavs that removed the kebabs, and the ones that can't poo in the loo.
There's a visual with the map
and
here.
Those pesky hackers, the one with the terrorist attacks, really hot whamming, the one with the famine, and the one that want white people back. Pedos and ladyboys, boomerang chuckers, and that one that is really small. The mafia blackmailer, fat guy with nukes, spilled the fucking wall. AIDS, 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 the one where they all touch kids. The one that has a really funny name, and the one that can suck my dick.
It's Count Dankula on YouTube. Everybody should.
That last one was England. So.
He's a Scotsman.
What I find interesting is that YouTube decides the next thing to queue up after that is
Swinging down the street so fancy-free. Nobody you meet could ever see the loneliness there. Inside you, hey there, Georgie girl.
So Lulu, it knows you well. It's like, oh, Lulu sent that video.
That's because it's in my song list.
Wow.
You can go through my song list.
Oh man, yeah, this is that's beautiful because we I'm so glad you added that. That's great. Oh my God, you also have this one in your song list.
Smile is something special. A ribbon is something rare. So I'll be special when I'll be rare with a smile and a ribbon in my hair.
Oh, that's a classic one right there.
Yeah, there's all kinds in here. You can go through it and play like whatever you want.
That's
Wow.
great.
There's Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fortunate Son. There's Slipknot, Psychosocial, the banjo cover. There's
Oh, you got some Slipknot. You got some. Yeah, you got lots of.
there's an Alex Jones remix about gay frogs.
What?
There's Electric
You don't-
Six,
wait.
Gay Bar.
You don't know about the gay frogs, there, Venison?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
There's also America First by Alex Jones remix.
Well, basically, I think there's some kind of a study that suggests that chemicals in water was turning the frogs gay. Now that's a stretch, but and Alex Jones is going off on this that we're turning the frogs gay. Because
Well, I have heard about frog orgies, where they didn't care.
that might be more along the lines of that. Yeah, reality and what people suggest the reality is are often pretty far apart. But I do have some Apple tech support calls that I have it on this disc.
Play the gay frogs.
The gay
for Venison.
Oh, the gay frog. Well, I all right. We got to find the gay frogs. Let's see.
It's in my songs.
Okay. Oh, there we go. The gay frogs. There we go.
Like I'm putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap. Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs. Won't you fight for your life? Gay. Frogs, friggin' frogs. I don't like a frog. Gay. Friggin' frogs. Frogs. Friggin' frog crap. Won't you fight the frogs? It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you.
That was great.
Oh! I just found one. Another classic. If you remember this commercial, there we go.
Okay, Huggably Soft. I'm scared. Let's.
Oh God, this one.
Okay, let's.
I love this one.
Well, my clothes are soft, but they're not huggably soft.
Leave it to me. Being huggably soft is my business, and business is good.
They are soft, and so are you, Cuddles. Very, very soft.
No.
Where are we going?
I need your softness. So soft.
This is wrong.
No-no.
So soft.
Big no-no.
Don't fight it.
Ow.
You might want to clean yourself up. Good as new.
Yeah, good as new.
My, you're just so huggably soft.
No, I'm not really that soft. No, this isn't right.
Cuddles brand fabric softener. When your clothes have to be huggably, rapeably fresh.
I just want to help you with your clothes.
That I'm cringing at that one.
Well, was that last line that was the cringe-worthy line?
Well, the whole premise was cringe-worthy. Well, what was really kind of got me to like uncomfortable territory was when it comes out of the washer and the like hesitating, yeah, just like no, or like the whole like idea that he's being dismissive, that it's like, yeah, we just throw you in the washer and you're good as new, and that bear is not good as new. That bear's been through some shit, and that
I see. Okay.
that was like, ooh man, that's a little close to a real issue. I'm not sure I find that funny. The premise is funny. But the realities that's behind it are not.
We found it hysterical.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's like the aristocrat's joke, right?
Well, but that's not real. So I got some Apple Tech support calls. These used to float around the internet quite a bit, and well, here's a short clip from one.
There's no slowing down, Brad. I'm the customer. I'm right. You're the employee. You find somebody. You don't have a fucking choice here.
Unfortunately, he's got a hang-up button, and I have a feeling that was the last seconds of that call. Here's an angry guy.
I can do anything for you that a supervisor can do. I'm telling you that there's no one here who can help you.
Supervisor, please.
No, sir. You may not talk with the supervisor. I can give you the number for the Customer Assistance Center if you wish to file a complaint.
I do wish to file a complaint.
Okay. Their number is 1-800-776-2333.
And I will file a complaint.
Okay, you're more than welcome to do that. I believe anyone you talk to will tell you that if you need help with software that Apple does not make, you have to call the
Don't
people
talk
to make
to me like some stupid idiot. I know what I'm talking about, and you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, sir. Well,
and you should learn to be nice to people. You shouldn't be nasty. You should be cooperative.
I can't help you if I don't know how, sir.
Listen, don't talk to me that way. I'm a human being and I'm a person, and you don't have a right to talk condescending to me. And don't talk down to me. Who the hell do you think you are? I asked to speak to your supervisor. I don't have to tell you why I want to talk to your supervisor. Who the hell do you think you are? You got some nerve.
Well, I apologize if I upset you, sir.
I gotta say, I detect the talking down to him tone in that guy's voice throughout that call, and I have to say he should have passed him to a supervisor. Clearly, he wasn't able to answer the guy's question.
Well, we don't know what the details of it, though.
Well,
we just got that.
Yeah.
The after.
Remember, he said software that they didn't use.
Right, but here's the thing that I'm thinking. He might be calling because he thinks there's a problem with the computer that's causing the software to not work. And that's why...
Maybe.
Have you ever run into that situation where you call the software manufacturer and they say, well, there's a problem with your machine, and you call the computer manufacturer and they say, well, there's a problem with the software? What are you supposed to fucking do in that situation?
I've never run into that situation.
I run into that situation. Let me tell you.
Constantly.
Number one rule in tech support, when you find an opportunity to pass the buck, you pass that on to the next guy. Now, that's not a rule I play by. I pride myself on, seeing a problem through to the end. And even if I do determine I have to pass it on, I still keep an eye on it and see if I ever need to take it back or throw it somewhere else. I try to follow every case I touch to the end. But there are some people that they just, oh, that's not my problem. And that's why I have a real problem with people that are like that. It's because there have been times where I basically had to get a conference call going. And I'm like, okay, you're this manufacturer, you're that manufacturer, you're both telling me to call each other, go. Let's have it out here. Let's have you figure out who's going to help me. Yeah, and it's really frustrating when you have to get to that point where you basically have to coerce people into doing their job. Well,
it's like at Tharco, the early days before AT&T bought Pac Bell.
Yeah,
we'd have some internet problems. You call Pac Bell, and they say no, that's AT&T's fault, and then AT&T would say no, it's Pac Bell's fault. Same bit of hardware.
Yeah. And that's
it's just whose part is it?
Yeah, and that's so. I think this is a guy that has been passed back and forth too much, and he's at the point where he's like, "No, you're not going to pass me off anymore."
Right.
Someone
now, is this a real call or is this a fake call?
It's billed as a real call. There's a series of calls that were put up called Apple Tech Support calls. I've never found any evidence that they're fake, but I've never found any evidence to prove them real either.
Now, was this recorded by customers?
Well, being that there's several different customers, I think the premise is they leaked out from Apple Tech Support. I don't.
Okay, so Apple was recording the calls.
Of course, your call's monitored for your safety.
These might be. I don't know if these were things that people kept in their personal collections that leaked out, or if they were used for training purposes. Well, but a lot of them are humorous. Like, so that's what makes me think that these are more personal collections. If the premise that the real is there, like, here's a guy that doesn't know what a paperclip is.
Excuse me?
So with it setting up?
No, it's not part of the computer. Are you not sure what a paperclip is?
No. Okay. This is the first time I use the computer.
Okay, it's not a part of your computer. It's just an office supply, a little metal rod, a little piece of metal that you use to hold two pieces of paper together.
Let me see. Because it comes with a lot of paper,
Okay, no, it's not part of a part of the computer.
Oh.
It's just something that you would have laying around the house that you take a stack of papers and you use a paper clip to hold 3 or 4 pieces of paper together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like a pad? Like a pad paper?
No. This is do you know what? It's a piece of wire, metal.
No.
Okay, it's something that you could put. You see the small hole next to the CD slot?
Yeah, small hole.
Okay, it's a piece of metal that you could stick into that hole to push a button that is inside of that hole.
Do you think the CD is not come out because something is not work well?
No, it's probably fine, but if you need to get the CD out in order for the computer to come back up, okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't have this kind of paper.
Okay, it's a paper clip. Is it? Okay. Is there somebody around you could ask if they know what a paper clip is?
With the fucking paper clip thing, and just ask for a thin wire.
Well, he already
or a safety pin. Or a pin.
He did explain to the guy it's a hole there. You see the hole? Yes, you need to put something in there. And the guy's just so he's not coming up with any other ideas.
Right.
But yeah, I guess
it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So that's guy don't know. Now here's one that is.
So hang on a second.
Go ahead.
So Venison, you know when you're calling some outfit and they're telling you that they're going to recording the conversation for quality purposes or whatever.
Right.
Yep.
I always like to come back and say, and I'm recording it for comedy purposes.
And here we have Gators with us, recordings of angry customers going to a Gators rage.
Yeah, and it's like,
right.
I've been that guy. I'm surprised I haven't found my voice on the internet for one of these places, but
right.
But all right. So
if you start recording them, then you could put them out there.
I'm waiting for someone else to do that for me, so I don't have to. Then I can sue them. No, here's a funny one. Let's see if you can catch the guy's flawed logic on this clip.
Okay, well, I want to see if I can get something done. Well, really, sir, the machine's out of warranty. There's We don't make exceptions. Once
Let
it's
me
passed,
let me
it's
let me
over
tell you
for
a little secret, my friend. I'm a nice, sweet guy, but I don't accept that. And if I have to call Bill Gates or whoever the head of Apple is and tell him that his piece of equipment isn't any good,
Whoever Apple is.
It's Tim Apple, you idiot.
That's right.
Bill Gates.
Or it was
wrong
Steve Apple
company.
before that, right?
You know what's funny is when I first downloaded that file and played it, I immediately started laughing at that. But the call goes on, and basically what he's going on about is that he heard that Apple bought some property in Texas, and he's got a friend that's on like the zoning board in that area, and he's like, you go ahead and try to good luck getting that zone for anything. And my roommate goes, you know what? They really could run some problems with that, because you run afoul of someone that's on the zoning board someplace. He might have actually been able to do something there. And I'm like, dude, the point of the clip is that he said Bill Gates is the head of Apple. You missed the point.
Yeah.
You missed the point of the call. And I think whoever took the call also missed the point of the call, focusing on the Bill Gates part, not the whole thing that their property deal was going to get shot
if Bill
down.
Gates played his cards right, he could have been the head of Apple.
Yeah,
That's right.
I suppose he could have.
No, he definitely could have, but I think he decided it was smart not to.
He probably made. I think you know what, he did well for himself.
No, he left out an hour and a half.
I think he did well for himself.
He left Apple pissed off.
Bill Gates did not need Apple. Bill Gates did fine without them.
And by kind of helping Apple out, at the one point, was good, because it didn't like Bill Gates was a monopoly or anything like that, because he didn't need that either.
No.
Apple is a bunch of socialists.
Of course.
Okay.
And speaking of that, here's Sailor Moon giving head, if it ever loads, because this.
Here, Serena, drink this.
Come here and drain the filling out of this little cream pop. It's not real milk. Yummy. You came, Tuxedo Mask. Oh, Tuxedo Mask, you came again.
That's just
Roll
wrong.
the whipping cream.
Poor Serena.
Here, Serena, drink this.
God. I'm sorry. I love that robot chicken thing with Sailor Moon. That was awesome.
Even though Sailor Moon turned into a bunch of lesbians, and I think one was transgender, making her
cross-dresser.
No, it was transgender.
She
this one she wasn't. She went there, jump out of the sky, did the twirly thing in her miniskirt and all like that into Sailor Moon, and comes back down, and there's a villain sitting there with a big ass heart on.
There was a bunch of cross-dressing, but there was one transgendered.
We're talking about Sailor Uranus, right?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, Sailor Uranus was a girl, I believe, and she wore a female Sailor Scout, but at school she wore the male uniform, and she hung out with another one and she was cousins in the American translation with Sailor Neptune, but in the original they were
incest.
Well, they weren't really cousins. That was just how they cleaned it up for the American translation. They were just very close cousins that lived together and shared everything.
They wanted the trailer trash to look at it.
Gator, did you seem to know a lot about Sailor Moon?
I had a
well,
roommate.
that's because he was in a Sailor Moon chat room on IRC back in the day before he met Kristen.
Yes. As anyone who's ever listened to this show knows.
You were in the Sailor Moon chat room?
Hey,
Why?
Sir Mars was there too.
Well, him I can see.
So you'll just about throw anybody under the bus.
Deal, which didn't happen because they were psycho.
Well, that was how Sir Mars and I discovered that we had known each other previously, but we didn't know that because he he picked up on a reference I made to something of the chat room, and I'm like, oh my God, you know Tams. And he's like, oh my God, who are you? I'm like, well, I was K-Tel. And he's like, oh my God, you were so annoying. And
And then he stalked Mars.
I didn't stalk him. He invited me over.
You stalked him. You were like petting him and like took his shirts and like were like sniffing him up and down.
No.
You're like, friend from the past, I love you.
He invited me over. We went out. I got,
You nibbled on his ears and like became the nom nom monster that like sat on his shoulder.
Dude, what's up with you right now?
I'm smoky, bitch.
Okay, that explains it. Here's someone who thinks I just.
How many bubble sounds have you heard so far?
Oh, okay. Well, here's something that's just labeled phone sex. I don't know what it is, but let's this should be good. Oh, I think this is a radio show actually calling a phone sex line.
Baby, you've just dialed 1-900-535-SEXY. If you're ready to get off like never before, press 1 now. To double
This is good if you've ever wondered what happens when you call these lines.
Now, sexy, if you want the hottest phone service available, you gotta tell me your first name and the state you're calling from at the tone.
My name is Dale, and I'm calling from Oregon.
Thank you, sexy. Thank you, sexy. You'll be billed just $3.99 per minute for that selection. Please hold on while we connect you.
Is this arousing so far?
No.
Hi, this is Amber. What's your name?
Hi, this is Dale. Who is this?
Dale, hi, I'm Amber. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Amber.
You sound really hot, Dale.
Well, I try to do what I can.
I love it. You sound very interesting, too. Where are you calling from? Which state?
I'm calling from Portland, Oregon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm calling from California. I'm not too far away.
Amber.
Yes, Dale?
Will you hit me with a wooden spoon?
Mm-hmm. You are hot.
Oh, thank you, Amber.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Now about those wooden spoons.
Mm-hmm.
Can you spank my little bottom with them?
so.
I sure will spank your little bottom with those spoons.
That's right. Make it pink.
Well, I won't hurt you too much now. Hey, Dale.
My grandmother did
Let me
that.
ask you what you're wearing so I'll know if you can feel it or not.
I'm wearing Spider-Man pajamas, and only the bottoms. I've got the Spider-Man pajama tops off so that my rippling stomach muscles will show. You like a man with rippling stomach muscles, Amber?
Very hot. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Amber.
Something about wooden spoons that you like?
Yes, wooden spoons. I love to be spanked with a wooden spoon, and Amber, don't wipe off the cookie batter.
You are hot.
Oh,
Right.
What do you want me to spank you for?
Because I've been very bad.
Oh.
Oh, I've been so bad, Amber.
Hey, Dale.
I was doing some accounting at my office, and I knew the numbers didn't jive, but I went ahead and processed them anyway, Amber. So I want to be spanked on the bottom with a wooden spoon with cookie batter on it.
I'm going to spank you real good. I'm going to put you across my knee.
Okay.
I want you to pull those pajamas down.
That's right. Oh, I'm pulling down the Spider-Man jammy. Start spanking, Mama. Tell me bad CPA. Say it.
You're a bad CPA, aren't
Tell
you?
me, say, Dale, these numbers don't jive.
Dale, these numbers don't jive, and you're just a bad CPA.
I'm going to spank you,
What's your
Dale.
excuse for that, Dale?
Oh, look at that. I'm getting cookie batter all over the good chair. Say it.
That's right. I'm going to have to spank you some more now. You can feel that, can't you?
Yes, I can. I can feel. Spank me harder and say, look at, you're getting cookie batter all over the bad chair.
You've been very bad, Dale.
I've been a very bad CPA. I got a good mind to yank out your pocket protector.
Ooh, your pocket protector will be yanked out.
Whack, whack, whack.
You've been spanked before, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I've been spanked by the best of them, Amber. Hold on a second. I want to hit the star key.
To connect directly with a hot girl, press 1. To choose from a...
All right. I gotta tell you, that was almost worth the $40.
I almost forgot about that one.
I didn't like that one.
You didn't like that one?
No.
That was $40.
I don't think it really was $40. It was. They said it was what, $3.99 a minute. That was about a 3-minute file. I think that was about $12.
Oh my god!
sugar makes.
That's about $12 right there, is what that was. So, yeah.
And you guys only last 3 minutes.
And you all heard the 900 number there in case you also have a craving for some cookie batter. So I think Venison's going to call them right up after we get off the
No, I don't like wooden spoons. I used to be
funny,
punished with a wooden spoon.
Amber never did acknowledge cookie batter, though. Did you notice that?
She just kept on moaning and going with what it's like, whatever you say, while moaning.
Right.
It was
right, but never said it.
You bad CPA. You know that numbers don't
One
jive.
Amazon, a Monopoly One says you have a sports radio voice.
I do.
Apparently.
Wow.
So let's hear some announcements.
Well, let's see. All right. It's the
That's a thought.
It's the Patriots versus the Red Sox, and Tom Brady's up at bat, and here comes the pitch. It's right down the center, and down the stretch they come. That's the best I could do for sports. I know enough to know that was very very wrong.
That was fucking terrible.
I thought
Now, you see, Gators,
I thought that was pretty good myself.
now, Gators just had a great idea.
Yeah?
You can teach Fred to be a phone sex operator.
I don't think so.
So what did we learn today?
He repeats what you say.
Yeah. Yeah, but that phone sex operator only kept Dale on the line for 3 minutes. That's not very good. I think you
Well,
want to.
that's up to you.
I don't think so, Venison. I don't think that's one of your better ideas. I think the going into sports radio announcing is the better idea that's come out of this show. So we will have to call up the talenting scouts.
A sex operator.
A sex operator, really? Well, I guess some people find sports sexy. I mean, but I don't know anything about sports. I don't know anything about sex either. So yeah, I should totally do both of those at the same time.
No, not as a phone sex operator. No, you just hear him on the just hear him on the phone at some point going, "No, that's not what you use a dildo for. You're supposed to." Oh, God.
Anyways,
You didn't program your dildo right.
I do think
What is wrong with you?
I think we've.
Can't you understand?
On that note, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah. So what did we learn tonight?
Yes, Brian's got someplace to be. It sounds like because he's like, let's move this along, because we've learned a lot tonight.
Yes.
And
I learned that Johnny is a great sports announcer.
You stole mine.
Hey, who said who said it couldn't be the same thing?
Yeah, okay. Well, let's.
Venison, I bet you that's what you learned too.
Yeah, Venison, what have you learned tonight?
Well, I've learned that you pretty much have a Sailor Moon fascination, which is a little disturbing.
No, I just had a roommate that was into Sailor Moon, so there's some inside jokes I know. And like for example, we just found out that I have some great talents for sports radio announcing apparently. But Lulu, what have you learned?
You were a nom-nom monster on Mars's shoulder.
And what I've learned tonight is I hate you guys so very much, especially Kenny. No, wait, all of you.
And I also learned that Johnny hates Kenny for some reason.
Whoever Kenny is, he just hates him.
But Kenny's dead.
Kenny is dead, and you can never understand a word he says. So on that note, thank you everyone for listening, and be sure to check out NSBRadio.com for all your internet radio needs, or a Facebook page that's confusing to navigate. And be sure to stay tuned to this. Follow the channel if you haven't already. Twitch.tv/JGators, YouTube.com/JohnnyGators, at Johnny Gators on the Twitters. And at some point in the upcoming weeks, I plan on bringing back the marriage counseling streams on Saturday nights. And I think Lummy and I are going to start doing some streaming with the gaming PC as that comes together. So we've got that to look forward to. And that'll be on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. I might try for something next Saturday. We'll see. And at some point, Lulu and I, we got to paint again. And we also got to install Windows ME at some point. So these are lots of things to look forward to. So
oh yeah, especially the ME part.
Give me a couple more weeks on the painting. There's
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. Well, we'll chat. I mean, I'm no rush on the painting.
Yeah.
I do want to paint again, but I'm not like, oh my god, I got to paint again. But
okay.
Heck, I might.
No. We'll paint again.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna raid Rachel, who's been doing some great things with paint. And just check her channel out, and I'm sure she's up to something fun. Thank you everyone for listening, and good night.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
Gators wishes he could be huggably soft.
Vagina man.